So, Kathy Engelbert, this is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. This is one of the worst takes I've ever heard from a commissioner of a league. Like, it is embarrassing. Like, it's an absolutely embarrassing take because, realistically, Kathy Engelbert, what she should be doing is trying to promote the league, trying to make sure everything works, and just being this dismissive of what is one of the biggest problems in your entire league and the refereeing issue is awful. It is absolutely awful. And if you guys are in agreement, subscribe. We are so close to 52,000 subscribers. But anyway, yeah, like, we got to talk about this. We've got to talk about it because, for me anyway, it's just madness. So this is what she said. Is there a problem? Players and coaches obviously think so, but Engelbert isn't so alarmed. Basketball in general is considered difficult to officiate, which is true. And says there's always room for growth and improvement in officiating. The commissioner said, I do find it interesting when you sit in the chair I sit in that no winning team ever complains about officiating, no losing team ever complains about officiating. Do you want to know what coach complains about officiating more than anyone else? The Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx. Do you want to know what game started the biggest what two games started the biggest refereeing talks in the WNBA over the last 2 years? The Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky when Kennedy Carter hip checked Caitlin Clark. Who won that game? The Indiana Fever. And the Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun, where they basically just mauled Caitlin Clark and got away with it. They played pinball with her. And what happened? Who won that game? The Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever. It is straight up the situation where every single team knows how bad the refereeing is. There is a problem in the league, and it's like everybody knows there's a problem in the league. You have got like people going on ESPN that are like have been involved with the league for years, and they're like, the problem with the league isn't that there's no physical, isn't even the physicality. It's like where the physicality is, and it's like no one complains if you allow physicality in the post. No one's complaining if you're allowing physicality between bigs trying to fight it out. Like, that's basketball. But they were like, you're not only just allowing hand checking, you're allowing players to be grabbed off the ball, which is 100% true. The problem is that nobody wants physicality with guards off the ball. And like, it's one thing like there's a difference between calling touch fouls and allowing players to be grabbed. And that's the problem with WNBA refs. Everyone says it. It's like they will call a foul, they will call a phantom foul, and then 30 seconds later allow somebody to be rugby tackled. Like, it is what it is. Again, Dejanay Carrington got a technical foul rescinded for winding up because she missed someone's head by like an inch. Like, it is all around just not a situation that anyone wants to have to deal with. This entire league is not in a good spot for this. Like, this is not good for the league. And the commissioner is saying, basically saying, you know what, this isn't a big deal. It's just people complaining when they lose. Like, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. Like, it's absolutely not as simple as that, because if you guys have seen the teams that are complaining, Cheryl Reeve complains more than anyone else. Are the Lynx losing? No, they're the best team in the WNBA. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, lads? What are we doing? Like, we are now essentially saying, you know what, like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how, that players are complaining, or that teams are complaining, that coaches are complaining, that fans are complaining. We don't care, they're just complaining because they're losing. Man, like, the biggest, by the way, I'm trying to think of games Fevers have lost. The games Fever have lost. Again, with Caitlin Clark, no one's really complaining about the refs in the Aces game. Did the referees make some bad calls for the Aces? Yeah, but that's not why they lost the game. The Atlanta Dream game with Caitlin at 27, that was on Stephanie White. That one most definitely was not on the referees. I'm trying to think what other games there were. But like the guards are refereed really badly in the league, unless they're pull-up mid-range shooters. The referees, by the way, will let guards get mauled going to the basket. And it's the worst part about the referees is there's 3 of them. So one of the 3 referees is at all times responsible for reffing off the ball, and they don't care. They actually don't care about off the ball. You can do whatever you want off the ball to a guard. But like in the post, if you go near somebody off the ball, it's a foul. It is the worst refereed because in parts of the game where they're supposed to allow physicality, they don't allow physicality. And in the parts of the game where they're not supposed to allow physicality, they allow physicality. It is literally, they ruin the flow of an entire basketball game. They ruin the entire flow of a game. And like, it's understandable. I heard they only get like $500 a game. And like, again, in America, if you're getting $500 a game, you're probably making, like, you're probably getting worse paid than some AAU refs. Like, at least AAU refs might get $200 a game, but they might ref 5 games a day. Like, and you have to travel, you have to do all this, but like, they have an inability to control games as well. They don't understand the flow of the games. They don't understand how to control the game. They don't understand that the game is sport is entertainment. What you can like that it's sometimes important. If early on in the game, a team is trying to make the game not entertaining for viewers, try to make it into a slugfest, to maybe put a stop to that. And what everyone's saying is right as well. Coaches are literally going out there. Coaches are going out into games with the tactic of just saying, we are straight up, we're going to go out and hack teams because we know that for 35 minutes of the game, the referees are going to allow us hack them. And that's just unfortunate. That is just all around an unfortunate, and it is an unfortunate truth with my team. Or with the WNBA. Sorry, I've been making 2K videos all day. It's the unfortunate truth with the WNBA is that the fans are the ones that suffer. The players are the ones that suffer. Paige Bueckers is missing her 7th game of the season. And Courtney Vandersloot literally is like Paige had burned Courtney Vandersloot, and I'm not joking. Sloot literally got into a position, got down low, Paige bent her head and hit her with a shoulder to the face. Concussion, out for 4 games. Caitlin Clark, like you guys saw, did you guys not see what happened in the Atlanta Dream game? In the Atlanta Dream game, I don't know which game it was, but there was one of the Atlanta Dream games where Caitlin hit a deep 3, and literally, it wasn't even a landing zone foul. It was Maya Caldwell just plowed through her quad. No call, no and one. Like, you're seeing players constantly hit to the head. Gabby Williams has been landing zone foul twice, and the referees have ignored it twice. Like, there are situations where there's like elbows to the face. Chelsea Gray got its flagrant 1 for knocking out Jade Melbourne's tooth. Like, the only person who has received a flagrant 2 on the court this year, as far as I'm aware, is Marina Mabry. And not Marina Mabry, she received it afterwards, is Sophie Cunningham for starting a brawl. For inciting a brawl. But like, there has been about 8 or 9 obvious flagrant 2s throughout the league this year. 8 or 9 obvious ones. And they call one of them. One of them has been called. One of maybe 8 or 9 has been called. Is that not a problem? Is that not a problem? Clearly the commissioner does not think so.